Mahima, these are of course very early days. The trends in 216 of 543 places the NDA at 116, the India Alliance at 96, or 117 to 96 at this stage. Any thoughts on what we are seeing on our screen at this stage? We know that it's early, but any thoughts as far as the opposition is concerned, your party is concerned?
Jai Hind. Those famous lines of Dushyant Kumar's occur to me this morning when he says, "Kaise आकाश में सुराख नहीं हो सकता, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो यारो." We have fought this election on the ground with the people of this country very strongly with all our might and all our efforts. So I am very sure that the results, as they will turn in during the day, will favor the people of this country, will favor the democracy, will favor the constitutional values. We are very hopeful. Our cadres are very hopeful. All we have done through the elections is raise people's issues. And that is how an election must be contested in a parliamentary democracy such as India's.
All right, Neerja Chaudhary is also with us in the studios. Neerja, how are you looking at the numbers? We have leads in 227 out of trends rather, 543, and it's only 8:30, so a lot of health warnings. These are still postal ballots, very early on in the morning. So no smiles, no excitement, just very boring. How are you feeling?
No, I don't think we should rob ourselves of excitement, even if it's early hours. And it's, this is D-Day. We waited for 2024 counting day for a very long time.
80 days, 7 phases, 3 months. Ask us.
Yes, a long, hot election.
Yes.
And every election is very exciting. The early, what we were saying, let's be cautious, Of course, let's be cautious.
Yes.
Let's not come to any conclusion. But let's not, as I said, rob ourselves of the excitement of another government being formed in democratic India.
Yes.
Or all the contention that's, gone on in the last weeks. So I would say, looking at it, early days, yes. Early hours, yes. 100 and 131 or 103. So India is not so way behind as the exit polls had predicted. But that's neither here nor there. I would say that.
When do we know that we are more or less through with postal ballots and there are non-postal ballot leads coming in? How do we know? It's not as if the Election Commission announced
one indication of that would be the sudden jump in numbers.
Right.
Because when the EVMs
jump in the number of trends.
In the overall numbers, sudden jump in the overall numbers.
Okay. Because these are fairly robust numbers at 246. It's going up every few seconds. So again...
Have you become more efficient and faster, perhaps? I think that's the question here.
It could well be at this stage that there would be a couple of non-postal ballot leads as well. Look, in the course of this sentence, it's jumped up to 250. And there's no way of knowing.
No. I think the seats, the constituencies where the number of postal ballots would be very limited, I'm sure the EVM process would have now begun. And it's very difficult to say in which constituencies the postal ballot count has ended and in which constituencies the EVM's data has started coming out. That would be very difficult to say at this stage. But by 9, we can surely say that the postal ballot would be done and everywhere it's the EVMs which are being
which would start coming in. Let's listen into Shashi Tharoor, the senior Congress leader who's been speaking to the media in the last few moments. Let's just take a look.
Expectations on this counting day?
Yeah, I have no doubt. The expectations were set on the 26th of April, not today. Because the fact is that once people have cast their votes and the boxes are sealed in the strong rooms, there is frankly no further room for any argument or debate, right? This has happened, it's happened. So people have voted. All we have been doing is waiting 6 weeks to find out how they voted then. So whatever has been said since then, including the exit polls, can have no bearing on the outcome because the outcome was established on the 26th of April.
Okay, sir, there is always an analysis that, the cross-voting helped you in the previous elections.
No.
This time is at a tight three-quarter
I
fight.
definitely do not buy that theory. I know for a fact that there was no cross-voting in the last election. Mr. Divakaran had a very, very strong belief that he was going to do well, and I think the left rallied behind him very solidly. I don't think there was any cross-voting at all. In any case, Neither have we benefited from cross-voting in the past, nor did we expect to see any cross-voting this time. We will win on our own merits or we will fail. But my own view is we are winning.
So are you concerned about your majority that it is going to repeat?
How does it matter? How does it matter? I've served in Parliament twice with a 1 lakh majority and once with a 15,700 majority. It made no difference. Once you are there, you have earned the right to represent your people. And as far as they are concerned, whether you go there with a 10-vote majority or a 10,000 vote majority or a lakh majority, you're still their representative. And I've always taken the view that once I have been elected, I am the representative of all, whether they voted for me or not. And I will work in that same spirit in future.
All right, so this is going to be one of the interesting battles to watch out for, Rajiv Chandrasekhar versus Shashi Tharoor. And there's a strong left candidate as well, Vishnu, in Thiruvananthapuram. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Very close contest.
Throw a spanner in the works of how we should be analyzing this entire thing and say that the India alliance is ahead of the left at this stage, but it's equal, in fact, even Stevens, nine apiece. But again, when I was asking Professor Shastri what this was all about and our other panelists, they pointed out that there is a huge number of migrant workers from Kerala, and therefore these are likely postal ballots which are coming in. But just for the sake of curiosity and our viewers, it's now India leads in 9, the India Alliance, the left leads in 9, the NDA is actually at 0. So correction, none for the NDA at this stage, but that's changed around again. So there we go. It keeps changing. It's changing around.
Professor Shastri.
If you notice, the gap between the NDA and the India Alliance is slowly increasing.
Yes.
You saw a much smaller gap in the beginning, but now that gap is going bigger.
As ballot boxes are being
As ballot boxes, as the EVMs are being opened, it's
so now we can say that we're gradually shifting from the postal ballot to the ballot boxes. All right. We have Radhika Ramaswamy joining us live from Accounting Centre. Harsha Kumari Singh also joining us at the moment. Radhika, to you first. You're at a major counting centre. Give us a sense of what's happening there.
That's right. I am at a counting centre in Goregaon. In fact, 3 constituencies votes being counted here, which include important constituencies in Mumbai North Central, as well as Mumbai Northwest constituency. Of course, Mumbai North is from where Piyush Goyal is contesting. It could be a cakewalk for him because North had been a BJP bastion of sorts. He's contesting against Congress. As far as Mumbai is concerned, it's BJP versus Congress in 2 seats and Sena versus Sena in 3 seats. And what we are hearing now is, as far as Mumbai Northeast is concerned, where it is a contest between BJP and UBT Sena, which is Mihir Kotecha versus Sanjay Dina Patil. Looks like Sanjay Dina Patil at the moment is having a lead. So Uddhav Sena having a lead. Also, we are hearing that this is a close contest. That's what exit polls have been saying. 11-11 is what we are hearing at this point. Of course, too early to speak about, the results as of now.
In favor of India.
As we've been predicting, as a result of the change in political landscape, this time what we are seeing is a very close contest between the newly formed alliances, between Mahayuti as well